Ah, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear me? That's a little bit better, isn't it? I got you, didn't I? I cannot resist. I apologize. All right, everyone, it's time to get going. Thank you all so much for joining us. This is the University of Michigan and Eastern Michigan University Showcase, a game showcase where you're going to get to play about 20 different games created by about 100 different students. And oh my gosh, have the students been working hard for you? This was a very tough semester, a COVID semester, hopefully the last of many. And I think a lot of people were feeling a little bit of fatigue. It's very, very hard to keep developing, keep your morale up, and keep being impactful when we're so isolated. But events like today prove that we are not all that isolated. We can come together and we can have a really, really good time. So let's go ahead and get to it. I'm going to go ahead and turn my music down. For anyone curious, the Star Fox 64 stage select screen, Cosmic Peace, an absolutely incredible tune. Let's go ahead and get started. So normally, the University of Michigan and EMU Showcase looks a little bit like this, right? This is the in-person event. Hopefully we'll be returning to this kind of stuff pretty soon. Oh, and there's my dad right there. Hey, Dad. A lot of people show up to play these games. These students have these fantastic exhibits kind of set up. They've got booths, they've got characters. They have got everything they need to give you a fantastic, fantastic time. The students get to have their games voted on. The players put little gems into their bags, and then whichever bag is heaviest at the end wins. Some students bring costumes. It's just a fantastic night. Oh my gosh, look at that chicken. It's not real, I assure you. Oh, I'm a little bit big, aren't I? I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit smaller here. This is the in-person showcase. For obvious reasons, we can't quite do this time, okay? The good news is that we can do it virtually, and I'll go ahead and show you that link down there, 494showcase.com. That's probably where you're watching this right now, and that's awesome if so. 494showcase.com is going to be our hub for the night. You're going to go there, and you're going to see a ton of different tiles, each tile representing a new game that students have put a lot of effort into, okay? And another thing that's really neat, normally at these big events, you can walk up to the student teams, you can say, hey, this game is awesome. How do you implement this? Why did you make this game design decision? That's harder to do now because we're all separated, but if you click this button in the top, if you go to 494showcase.com and you click this button that says Meet the Devs, then you will wind up in a Discord server. You might have to create an account if you don't use Discord very much, but you'll wind up in a Discord server where you can find every single team that's exhibiting here tonight. You can kind of join in praising their efforts. You can throw down some premium memes if you got them, and we can have a fantastic time in that server. Okay. So this is sometimes called the EECS 494 plus EMU Student Game Showcase. But what on earth is EECS 494? Well, it's a course. It is one of the main game development courses, production courses, that we have here at the University of Michigan. And is the stream doing okay? I think the stream's doing okay. The course starts off in a very interesting way. It actually has students recreate a classic 1986 Nintendo game. So whether that's The Legend of Zelda or maybe a Metroid for the NES. Here's Zelda. Does anyone remember this game? Does anyone remember that game with a motorcycle? So not only do the students recreate one of the classic titles, Dungeon in the case of Zelda, but they also add their own new mechanics. And it's a really, really great time. The students learn a lot, and they get to kind of exercise their design chops a little bit very early in the course. Okay? They then move on to building much, much bigger experiences. They do prototyping, they do agile development, they get into teams of 4 to 6, and every single week, like clockwork, they are advancing their project, they are playtesting each other's games, they're getting about 4 or 5 hours of recorded video feedback, and as a result, we end up with some really, really great games that everyone's really proud to share with you, and that you'll get to see tonight. Okay. By the way, the reason these used to be GIFs, okay, the reason that these are not animating is because my laptop tends to melt down. There's a Twitch wager going on about how many crashes we're going to have tonight on this live stream, and I have bad news for everyone who thinks we're going to have a crash, because without GIFs here, my laptop can handle it. Okay, no worries. So let's keep going. So when we talk about game development, the image that pops into your mind might be one of, oh, it's entertainment, right? It's Mario jumping around, right? It's just entertainment. It's not really a big deal. But that's not necessarily the case, right? Video games can be so much more than just entertainment, and I'll prove it to you. If you go to downtown Ann Arbor, near Liberty Plaza, you'll see Ann Arbor Spark. Ann Arbor Spark is a phenomenal organization, an entrepreneurial incubator in our town. They put in a lot of work essentially helping connect our fantastic game dev and XR students with fantastic game dev and XR companies in the state. In fact, they just launched an incredible new statewide program called Michigan STEM Forward that's going to enable internships across the entire state. The work they're doing for our students is just mind-blowing. Thank you so much, team. And by the way, there are a ton of Michigan game studios out there. MichiganGamestudios.com has kind of a database, a list of all of these, and you can find them. There are a lot of details. Give them a look when you have time, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going. Oh, you got to pause there. All right, so it's not just video games. The kind of skills, the techniques, the technologies that our students learn can go into other things. How about visualizations? This is a little social media visualization. What about research tools? Here's a tool that was created in about 40 minutes that will actually allow you to replay interactions with a phone and will visualize a user's interactions so you can kind of see how they react to certain circumstances when they use the phone. There are awesome applications like BrideView that allow you to go and plan out your wedding. Right? Organize it, choose what you want the chairs to be, the tablecloth, all of that, and then send it off to a planner to get it done. Right? All of these things the EECS 494 students have contributed to right out of this class. A really cool one is Spellbound in downtown Ann Arbor. Christina York and her team have done a phenomenal job. What you do is it's an AR tool that allows you to visualize these cool little cards into these 3D characters. They animate, they play around, there are games. The objective is to distract pediatric patients when they're going in for scary procedures, right? So it's a very, very human approach. Video games to enhance pediatric medical care. And here's something to consider. Some of the techniques that originate in games find their ways to other pieces of software. You might not think of an operating system as being a juicy, interactive, visually rich, engaging experience, but listen to this crowd, okay? We'll go ahead and watch this crowd here. listen, this is Steve Jobs. He is presenting the dock at Macworld 2000. I can't remember exactly which one. Listen to how the crowd reacts to the introduction of the dock.
And I can put anything in here I want. I can put websites, I can put documents, I can put anything, applications, anything that I use, and I can rearrange them at will, and the dock just accommodates anything I want. When I drag something out, it gets bigger. Right? Now, a question would be, well, how small can it get? Well, it can get pretty small, actually. You can actually set the maximum tile size, and it'll shrink from there if you have more stuff. But you can actually say, well, it'll get really small. I can hold like 128 things here. How would I ever see them, though, if they get this small, or if I even prefer them this small? Well, we have something we call magnification, which works kind of like this.
Listen to that crowd. Can you believe it, right? Just the juiciness of the dock, how really interactive and visually rich it is and expressive it is, right? That is video game techniques finding its way into non-game dev software, which is just awesome in my opinion. The world is becoming more interactive all the time, and now our students have the tools and technologies and knowledge to make it happen, okay? And it's not just engineering. There's project management, so making sure that you're allocating your resources, time, money, personnel, into the right parts of your project. Managing tasks, making sure that people on your team aren't doing the same exact thing at the same time, okay? What about art, right? Art, it's a visual medium. We need to learn stuff about art and how to make things look good and interesting and clear if we're going to make fantastic games. The students also learn about audio and the tremendous emotional impact that audio can make on the player. Also, of course, you cannot forget design. As it turns out, a lot of things in game design can kind of be prototyped without going into a game. It's called paper prototyping. So when you look down here in the corner and see people, game designers, making their own board games, that is often a way to figure out whether a game design idea is going to work out before you spend the massive investment to get it into the game and program it in, okay? Okay, so we're not just alone here. This isn't just the University of Michigan. We are also very, very fortunate to have Eastern Michigan University's Simulation, Animation, and Gaming program here as well. And my colleague Corbin Reeves is here as well. Corbin, would you like to say a few words?
Hey, Austin. Yeah, I'd love to talk a little bit about EMU. So over at Eastern Michigan University, our program is mostly targeted towards, like it says up at the top, simulation, animation, and gaming. Our students are mostly 3D artists, modelers, and animators and aspiring animators. So for most of our students, this is the first semester they have ever worked in a game engine. So for a lot of them, this is a very daunting task. This is also the first time they get any exposure to C# as a programming language. So we spend the semester working through projects and trying to kind of go from a zero to hero mentality when it comes to our understanding. This is also one of the few courses we have where students get a chance and an opportunity to work together as a team. So they have spent a ton of time over the last 3 or 4 weeks working on this together as a small team to kind of build their first free project. We try to make sure that students get their first project that they do in this course is a pre-built project where they're going through and they're applying what they learned in the course to fix and complete the project. And they don't really work with an empty Unity file until they get to their midterm and then again with their final team project here. So this has been a fun experience, and I'm so grateful for the teams that we've had here today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Corbin. I cannot wait to play the EMU games. Okay, let's keep going. So Wolverine Soft Studio has a new game out, and Wolverine Soft Studio is about a 20 to 30 person team of students who receive credit for contributing to a big game project across the entire semester, so 2 to 3 months. So we have Amber Renton here, who is the president and director of Wolverine Soft and Wolverine Soft Studio, to introduce the newest game, Caduceus. Go for it, Amber. Oh, I don't think I can hear you, Amber. If you're
Yes.
talking. Oh, go for it.
Yeah,
Now I
thank
hear
you so much, Austin, for the introduction. I'm super excited to be here. The students have worked incredibly hard. Oh no, I'm very sorry. I'm on a delay here, so it's kind of hard to coordinate. But yeah, to repeat, I'm super excited to be here. The Wolverine Soft Studio is kind of a semesterly student game dev studio. And our aim is sort of to educate students and ultimately provide them with the opportunity to add an impressive new project to their portfolio. So I really hope that you all decide to play Caduceus today. It turned out really well, and the students worked tremendously hard on it. We also sort of connect students with job opportunities, internships, and other clubs. And students are even able to participate for MDP academic credits, which can fill some requirements such as FlexTech. So it's super cool. We'll also be operating over the summer, but at a much smaller scale. More details will be released about that shortly. And we're also going to be hosting sort of an Unreal group learning initiative throughout May, like if you guys are interested. So please let me know. Ask me any questions that you'd like. But for now, please enjoy everybody's hard work. Their efforts have been so tremendous, and it's been an absolute privilege to both help and work alongside them. Thank you, everybody, and enjoy the showcase.
Thank you so much, Amber, for all of your efforts and all the efforts of the team leads and everyone in the studio. That's not the only game that Wolverine Soft Studio has made. They've also made Circuitry, which did very well on itch.io. They've made Dream Willow. They made a ton of excellent games. If you want to play these, then go to wolverinesoft-studio.itch.io. And if you want to learn more about Wolverine Soft and the studio, and if you want to contribute to it, wolverinesoft.org. Okay? All right. So let's get to the schedule, okay? We need to get to those trailers so you can see these amazing games you're about to play tonight. So from about 7 to 7:45, we've got the intro we're doing, and we're going to show you some trailers. About 45 seconds each. They should be a very, very good time, okay? I don't think my laptop will lag this year. Then you'll have a couple hours, actually probably till around 10, to play the games, to have a great time, to interact with the developers in the Discord server, ask them funny questions, post some good memes, and do your voting, okay? The voting results will be calculated starting at probably around 10, okay? So this is a little bit off, and we'll announce the results very soon after that, okay? Now, voting, it used to be like this. In person, you'd get these priceless gems, and you would drop them into the bag of the team that you wanted to vote for, and we'd weigh them, and that determines the winners. However, I can't mail you any priceless gems. My budget ain't that big, okay? This year, we have the 494showcase.com, and if you look in that bottom left corner, we zoom in a little bit right there, right? There's this Vote Here button. That will take you to a Google form where you're going to be able to choose your favorite 7 games, okay? No more and no less. And yeah, that is how you're going to vote, okay? You've got a few more hours. It'll tell you how much more time you've got, so don't worry too much. So on the topic of voting and on the topic of thank yous, we really, really need to thank Ann Arbor Spark, and in particular, Margarita Hernandez, Bill Meyer, and the Spark team, because they are funding a handful of internships for this showcase, okay? And I'll show you, there's Perform 3D there in the corner. These companies, Nochi Studios, Brand XR, Fly Money Games, Spellbound, and Perform 3D LLC will be looking through these games. They will be helping us vote and help us judge. Their votes will count a little bit more. And then they will be trying to select people to give internships for the summer. So I'm super, super excited about this. I wish all the participants good luck, and a humongous thank you to Ann Arbor Spark. Really doing an amazing job at building a big XR and game dev talent base in this area. So thank you so much. More thank yous. Marketing, right? Stephen Krang, Daniel Hicks, Zachary Champion do a fantastic effort for us every year, helping people come to this event. And wow, there are a lot of people here. Thank you so much for attending. Equipment and facilities, not a huge thing this time, but George Crosleck and Brian Rice really help us out in person events. This is a really cool course because we actually get collaborations with another course, PAT 305, Video Game Music. That is led by Matthew Thompson, Professor Thompson. and he does an amazing job. If you haven't taken Pat 305, you've got to take it. It's a fantastic job, and we're so happy to collaborate with you. His students create music for my engineers and their games. So it's going to be real fun listening to those. The senior consultants, my mother and father, Pam and Dave Yarger, thank you so much for your support and everything you do. The EMU SAG director, Pamela Spielman, thank you so much for supporting this event and for creating an awesome program at EMU. Thank you to the former EECS 494 professors, Dr. Mitchell Block, Professor Jeremy Bond, and Dr. John Laird. The course, if you enjoyed the course this year, students, it's been a long time coming. Every single semester gets better and better and better, and we have a phenomenal base to build on thanks to the efforts of these professors. So thank you so much. As well, thank you to the 494 and UMich alumni. A number of you are here and tuning in. I hope you enjoy yourself. And thank you to the Michigan CSE faculty and staff for your support and allowing me to teach this course. I really appreciate it. And most of all, thank you so much, EECS 494 students, for your invested and inspired work. It's been a very, very tough semester, but you did it. You really, really, really did it. And now it's time to relish in the investment you have made. But wait, there's one more, okay? Thank you so much to my team. Amber Renton for being a phenomenal Wolverine Soft president, Wolverine Soft studio director, and a spectacular IA for EECS 494. You've done an amazing job, and I know she'll continue to do an amazing job in her roles. So thank you so much. Thank you to Luke Lowry, the grader for EECS 494, who was a spectacular student when he took this course and has given just tremendous amounts of amazing feedback to our students. Thank you so much. Oh, nope, don't play the video in the corner. Okay, there we go. The video likes to autoplay. Not sure why. And thank you so much to Ishwar Mohan for being a spectacular GSI, for helping out in so many ways, doing a lot of office hours, and just bringing your wisdom and empathy to the course. Ishwar will be graduating. I believe he'll be going to Roblox, so he's going to have a humongous impact there, I guarantee it. Thank you so much, team, and well done. Okay. Let's get to some trailers. Hopefully you didn't lag too much. But let's get to some trailers. Sorry, Steve. Bye-bye. Okay, so very simple, 45 seconds. We'll give these trailers a watch, and then we will clap and move right on, okay? So first up, we have Mogu by Mushroom Studios. I'm going to go ahead and disappear here so I don't distract you.
Welcome to Mogu, a puzzle platformer about flipping and turning. As you bend gravity, the puzzles will bend your mind. Explore a vast world.
All right, well done, team. Well done. Well done. Okay, so check out Mogu. Next up, we have Witch Tale by Pentacle Studio.
Witch Tale by Pentacle Studio. In the deep, dark magic forest, a little witch must help her grandmother improve her fashion sense. Embark on a journey to search for 3 enchanted items and craft a necklace for Grandma's 500th birthday. Use the power of her spells to levitate crates, scale platforms, and spin objects. Dodge the spikes and avoid the slimes. Use her grappling ability to swing through the trees. Just watch out, and she will safely come back home and save Grandma's 500th birthday.
All right, Witch Tale. Well done, team. Well done. All right. Fantastic, fantastic game. Okay, next up we have The Book of Knowledge by Whatever We Are Called Studios.
Long ago, there existed a book that contained the universe's secrets. When obtained, he who had it in its possession was invincible in all he endeavored to achieve. However, as time moved on, the book became little more than a children's fairy tale. In recent years, talk of the book's mysterious disappearance became more and more frequent. Soon enough, it became rumored that the owner of a foreign tavern, the Leaky Bar, had it secreted away in the depths of his establishment.
Okay, Book of Knowledge. All right, well done, team, well done. Okay, so next up we have On the Run by Samurai Corpse Studios. Okay, On the Run. Well done, team. Thank you. Okay, next up we have Witchess by Burning Crate Studios.
Yeah, kitty, kitty.
Your cat Polly has been taken. As the Witchess, you must save her. There will be many enemies on your journey. Knock them away with lethal lightning. Incinerate obstacles with furious flames. Defend yourself by conjuring shields. And close off paths with walls of ice. Be warned, magical elements are scarce, and one must be strategic. You will encounter all manner of puzzles along your way. You must save Polly. For if you fail...
Wah ha 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 ha! All right, Witchess. Well done, team. Well done. Okay, so next up we have Snowy Survivor by Slackers Studio. All right, Snowy Survivor. Well done, team. Well done. Okay, next up we have Lost Soul by Zero Studio.
Lost Soul is a story of a ghost's journey to reclaim his memories of the abandoned house he used to live in. You must use spectral skills to possess and move objects, and explore the abandoned house to discover what your life was like before your tragic fate. Beware, you may not be alone in this house. Avoid the ghost hunter and resolve your cloudy past so that you may finally rest in peace, or forever be a lost and forgotten soul.
Lost Soul. Well done, team. Well done. Okay, next up we have Off Color by Attaboy Games. All right. Okay, Off Color. Well done, team. Thank you. Okay, next up we have J6 Cyber Escape. Oh, bye, sorry. Studio J6. All right, J6 Cyber Escape. Thank you so much, team. Okay. Next up, we have Polaroid by Potato Studio.
Journal entry number 37. Yesterday, I received a request from an informant asking me to look into the situation regarding a factory that shut down 2 years ago. Initial investigations suggest that the factory was rented out to a startup of 11 employees that all went missing, including the leading research engineer, Dr. Chen. According to my informant, the team successfully developed a Polaroid that is capable of teleporting its users and resetting objects in the photos it takes. My hunch tells me that there is a bigger story to investigate here. I'm gonna check out this factory today. Wish me luck.
Polaroid. Well done, team. Thank you very much. All right. Next up, we have Fake ID by Delinquent Studios.
This is a game brought to you by Delinquent Studios. Grab your fake ID and head on over to the bar. And then once you're in, you can have some drinks, as many as you want. And don't be afraid to go socialize with your peers. There are many characters to go ahead and meet, but you don't have money to pay your tab. So, gain money by playing some mini games, like trying to pick the lock from the vending machine. Try to unlock it as fast as you can. Or maybe your peers might need some favors. Do what you can. You brought yourself into this situation, and it's up to you to get out of it.
All right, Fake ID. Well done, team. Okay, next up we have Stranded by Studio Spades. Come on. Come on, Google. We'll give it another shot. I think my internet might be struggling here. Let's see if another. We'll come back. Let's see if we can get Kingsguard to go. This might be the crash that was foretold. Okay, I think I need to go ahead and reset my router. I'll be back in just a little bit, okay? Sorry, team. See you in a bit.